I wake up and check my phone before I even sit up. 20 minutes disappear into short videos. I tell myself I'll stop after the next one, but the next one is always right there. By lunch, I've switched between my phone, email, and the document dozens of times. I feel foggy. My head feels full but empty at the same time. I can't hold a thought long enough to finish it. At work, I open a document to write. 2 sentences in, I feel restless. I switch to my phone. A notification pulls me into another app. 10 minutes later, I remember the document, but now I've lost my train of thought. I have to reread what I wrote to remember where I was going. At bedtime, I scroll through my phone. I know I should sleep, but I keep swiping. One more clip, one more thread. My body feels tired, but my brain is wired. When I finally put the phone down, I lie awake replaying random clips in my head. I sleep 4 or 5 hours. The next day, my focus is worse. I reach for my phone more. The cycle tightens. I used to read books. I used to think through problems without needing constant stimulation. Now, anything slow feels unbearable. I feel like I'm training my brain to expect novelty every few seconds, and everything else feels like friction.
This was me, and this is the reality for most of us. Even my wife has the same struggle. But what is it?
People use brain rot as a label for a real pattern. You train your brain on fast, high novelty, low effort inputs. Then slower, effortful tasks feel harder. Research on short-form video consumption shows measurable effects on attention systems. A 2024 study using EEG measurements found that heavy short video users showed altered attentional processing patterns with evidence of reduced sustained attention capacity compared to control groups. The rapid switching inherent in scrolling feeds trains attention systems for frequent reorienting rather than sustained focus. Recent 2025 research examined brain network differences in adolescents who later developed social media addiction symptoms. The work found pre-existing differences in brain connectivity that predicted later addictive patterns and documented correlations between heavy use and anxiety and depression symptoms. Importantly, the relationship between use and mental health appears bidirectional. Distress can drive increased use as a coping mechanism, while heavy use may worsen mood and anxiety over time. The term brain rot itself does not appear in scientific literature as a diagnosis. Researchers study components, attention deficits, reward processing, cognitive control, sleep disruption, rather than the colloquial label.
Here are some signs to watch out for brain rot. The first sign, the feed conditions your attention to rapid shifts. Short-form videos and infinite scroll delivery, frequent scene changes, cuts, and novelty. Attention systems adapt to environment with frequent shifts. In lab terms, you practice rapid switching and constant reorienting. Some studies report poorer attention performance in heavier short video users, including EEG evidence consistent with altered attention processing. An example of this one is when you try to read 8 pages of a book. After 2 paragraphs, you feel a pull to check your phone. The problem is not the lack of discipline. The task has low novelty and delayed reward. Your attention system has been reinforced to expect a new stimulus every few seconds. Second sign is variable rewards drive compulsive checking. Social media platforms deliver unpredictable rewards. Funny clips, a like, a new comment, a surprise topic shift. Research shows variable reinforcements strengthens habit because the next reward feels one swipe away. Reviews on internet and smartphone addiction describe links to reward system changes and weaker cognitive control in adolescent and young adults. The variable reward schedule keeps extending the session because the next clip might be the best one. The third sign is cognitive control gets overtaxed. Cognitive control includes inhibition, working memory, and goal maintenance. When you live in a high interruption environment, you do more task switching. An example of this one is you sit down to script a video. You switch between notes, YouTube, and analytics. You feel foggy, not because your brain is damaged, but because you keep on switching costs. Fourth sign is sleep and mood. Short-form video used late at night pushes sleep later. Sleep loss worsens attention, impulse control, and emotion regulation. Separately, social media overuse and addiction symptoms correlate with anxiety and depression. An example of this one is you feel wired after scrolling in bed. You sleep 5 hours, next day your focus is worse. You reach more for quick stimulation to cope. So here are some ways to prevent brain rot. Number 1 is to set some boundaries in infinite scroll apps. Use app timers or focus modes to cap daily use. When you hit the limit, the app blocks further access. This reduces variable exposure and interrupts the compulsive checking loop. Second one is replace rapid switch environments with single task blocks. Schedule periods where you work on one task with your phone in another room or in an airplane mode. This reduces task switching costs and lets your attention system practice sustained focus. Number 3 is create friction for high novelty apps. Delete social media apps from your home screen or log out after each session. Adding steps before you open the app weakens the habitual checking because the reward no longer arrives instantly. An example of this one is keep TikTok or Instagram logged out. Having to re-enter password each time interrupts the automatic reach and scroll reflex. Fourth one is schedule screen-free wind-down time before bed. Stop using screens 60 to 90 minutes before sleep. Replace scrolling with reading, sketching, or listening to music. This improves sleep quality, which strengthens next day attention and impulse control. Number 5 is practice attention training with boring tasks. Deliberately engage in low stimulating activities like reading long articles, doing puzzles, or cooking without background media. This rebuilds tolerance for slower rewards and strengthens sustainable attention. For example, read 10 pages of book without checking your phone. The first few days feel hard, but your attention endurance improves with practice. Number 6, use structured notification management. Turn off non-essential notifications. Notifications trigger context switches and drain cognitive control by forcing constant inhibition. Batch check messages at set times instead. For example, disable all app notifications except calls and texts from key contacts. Check email and social apps twice per day at scheduled times. Number 7, replace scrolling with movement or social interaction. When you feel the urge to scroll, go for a walk, call a friend, or do physical tasks. Movement and real conversation activate different reward systems and reduce reliance on digital stimulation. For example, instead of scrolling during break, walk outside for 10 minutes. Your mood improves and you return with better focus. Number 8, track your use to build awareness. Use screen time reports to see how much time you actually spend on high novelty apps. Awareness of the gap between intention and behavior helps you to set realistic limits. For example, check your weekly screen time report. If you see 4 hours per day on short videos, you have concrete data to guide reduction goals. Number 9, curate your feed or switch to chronological timelines. Algorithmic feeds maximizes engagement by surfacing high novelty content. Switching to chronological feeds or curating followed accounts reduces unpredictability and weakens variable reward conditioning. For example, follow only accounts that post useful information. Your feed becomes less addictive because it no longer delivers constant surprises. Number 10, build competing habits that require focus. Start a hobby that demands sustained attention. Learning an instrument, writing, coding, or drawing. The more time you spend on focus states, the easier sustained focus becomes. For example, spend 30 minutes per day practicing guitar. Over weeks, your tolerance for effortful, slow reward tasks increases. So that's brain rot, what it looks like, what the science says, and what you can do about it. If you caught yourself nodding along to any of those signs, you're not broken. Your brain is just doing what the brain does. You can change the environment. Start small. Pick one strategy from this video and try it for a week. Maybe putting your phone into another room while you're working, or maybe just reading 10 books without checking notifications. You don't need to delete all your apps or go full digital detox. You just need to rebuild some frictions, set some boundaries, and some space for your attention to stretch out again. If this video helped, hit the like button and subscribe for more. Drop a comment below and let me know which strategy you're going to try first. I read every comment and I'd love to hear what's working for you. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.